In this video, we're going to be taking a little walkthrough and look at the Shadowscapes Tarot. Now, just before I talk about the deck at all, I just want to say that I absolutely love this deck. It's one of my favorites. I consider this one of the decks I cannot live without. A soul deck, definitely. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything about this deck speaks to me. There isn't a single card in this deck that I don't like, or everything in this deck is amazing. To me, personally, the colors are stunning, light pastel. It's very gorgeous, and the cards are very, very detailed. You could spend a lot of time, just even with a 3-card spread, enjoying the art and getting so much out of it. It is published by Llewellyn. The artwork is by Stephanie Puman-Law. I'm so sorry, I'm probably butchering that. And then the guidebook is by Barbara Moore. I bought this deck a while ago now, and when I got it, it was the Llewellyn soft floppy box, and the cards were just in the little insert inside, and once you took them out of the plastic, you couldn't use it for storage at all. And at the time, you could buy just the cards in a smaller tuck box, but then you didn't get the companion book. So when I ordered it off Amazon, I had to make sure that I was getting the deck and book set. I'm not sure now if you went to order it, if you could still get just the cards by themselves without the book, or if it's only the set now. The book, it does have large black and white photo to look at. I wish it was in color. That would have been really gorgeous. And it almost gives you a little bit of the story of what's going on in the card, and then a meaning. And then in the minors, it's just the one page. With potentially a little bit extra, depending on. All right, so I'm gonna leave this out so that we can do a little read on one of the majors and then a minor as well, just so you can get a feel for how the guidebook is. And then one more thing before we start. This deck, I edged it, so it just comes plain normally. I did it in the silver. It looks quite nice on the sides, but I did it with a little Dewdrop ink palette, and the sponge on it was so soft, and it kind of squished onto the sides way too much, and then it took days to dry. So when I collected them, they kind of, some of the silver kind of got on some of the cards. So I'm so sorry when we go through the cards, if I'm moving the card and you see like a flicker of silver on it at all, that was my terrible edge job and not waiting for it to completely dry before collecting all the cards together. So I'm really sorry about that, but bear with me. And then let's look at the backing before we get started. Reversible, gorgeous, purple's my favorite color. This works for me totally. This is the older Llewellyn cardstock, I believe. It's very cardboardy. If I bent this card right now any more than this, it would crease, and if I bent it again the other way, it would rip. I love this cardstock because it riffle shuffles really well, but that's about it. All right, so first we have the Fool. I think she's lovely. That sense of wild abandon in her stance, her hair flowing. This pillar almost that she's standing on is made up of these like winged monkeys that each have something different in their hand. A butterfly, a rose, a heart. This fox is here instead of the traditional dog, but I love the fox. All the colors are so soft. Pastel, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. I absolutely love him. This is probably one of my most favorite Hierophant cards out of all of my decks ever. He looks so wise as the tree. just an ancient dryad, and it looks like these little lizards have come to him, and they're telling him their woes and sorrows. This one has wings. Just so, so beautiful. The lovers. Chariot here with these water unicorns, which I absolutely adore. Strength. The Hermit. I love the sense of balance here. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. You can see these dryads here in the tree, several of them in a row, and then there's a fairy grasping him. Her hand is almost on his cheek. I love it. The Death card. This, again, same as the Hierophant. This is one of my favorite death cards. This Phoenix. Sense of transformation. The wings are almost still on fire. If I can hold this probably way, way too close, but you can see the woman here at the front of the Phoenix. Her hair is bending back into his neck. Temperance. The Devil. This figure chained down here. Tower. Star. The Moon. Let's read about this one in the guidebook. So you can get a feel for how the guidebook sounds in case you're interested in getting the deck. Okay. The Moon, you can see the large picture here. There is a quote from Shakespeare, "You demi puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe not bites, that you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms." The Tempest, Act 5, Scene 1. Absolutely love The Tempest. It's one of my favorites. Although I would say probably A Midsummer's Night Dream is up there too. Okay. The watchful eye of the sun has closed, and the harshness that day shines upon the world is blurred and erased. The moon rises upon this, her domain, to spy on those of the half-world who begin to creep forth. A mushroom fairy ring glows bright in the soft, silvery waves. As the moments pass, the gloam closes in. They glow brighter and brighter with their own phosphorence to light the path for the fairy queen. "She comes hither," cry the sprites on the wind, with voices so lovely they drive mortals mad with longing. "Make way," call the willow, the weeps. Wisps darting through the woods, they spark and glitter and taunt and lead astray any human who might be passing. But there is no human toy for them to catch hold of tonight. The dryads clasp hands from among the gray birches and shed their leaves as they step forward lightly to be the handmaids to the approaching queen. As she glides through the forest, anemones spring up beneath her bare feet, and she smiles as she begins dancing. Make way, the night holds sway. Lead on the dance to fend off day. With the mad delight, come hear us sing. No sorrow here, no ponderous thought, no secrets held, no secrets sought. For all that's wrought and fairies ring is wild abandon. Let senses take wing. And then the meaning. Fears and anxieties, believing illusions, experiencing distortion, chasing after fantasy, dreams and visions, disorientation. The Fae are masterful at the arts of illusion, and the dangers of stepping into a mushroom fairy ring are well known. The moon is the realm beyond the known and comfortable and predictable. It is the other world, awesome and inspiring in its own right, and daunting and dangerous if ill-respected. It is easy to be wayward, the wayward traveler who is distracted by will-o'-the-wisps and led astray to be lost wandering in the woods. But if one keeps the wits about, a glimpse beyond the bounds of sunlit reality is the rarest honor and most inspiring of enchantments. It is a doorway to hidden unknowns and the wellspring of mingled dark and light that seeps forth from there. That is the gift of the moon. The sun. Judgment with the poppies. And the world card. Okay, so like I said before, all of the majors have a little bit longer story and then meaning that go with in the guidebook. The first suit we have is Wands. 3 foxes here. The colors change a little bit for this suit to give it that Wands fiery feeling with the oranges, yellows, and reds, but still pastel, soft. I love this horned lion, he's so cool. 3 cats here. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5, 6, 7. I love this, like the mother vixen protecting her young. 8 of Wands. Foxes again. 9 of Wands. 10. Page of Wands. The Knight. I love him. He's like riding his horned lion steed. He's got his fox companions here, almost like he's on a hunt. Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands. Next we have Cups, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3. See, it's like these ones are mermaids, and they definitely look like they're underwater, and then we get to the 4 of Cups, and then it almost looks like they're in the air, or are they underwater? There's these little fairies here, these floating flowers. So pretty. 5 of Cups. 6 of Cups. I love this. She's got her stuffed animal friends, and then it looks like some of the forest is helping her. So sweet. She's got some fairies here sitting as well. 7 of Cups. 8. 9. 10. I love this entwined. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups, and then the King of Cups. And then we have the Suit of Swords, Ace, the swans here. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five. Now we have sort of a black swan. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Let's read this one in the guidebook and see what it has to say. Here we go. The bramble's crone lives among the blackberry hedges where the fruit is tempting and sweet, but even the leaves have wickedly curved thorns to catch and hold. The little hummingbird can navigate with ease among such treacherous tangles. She can flit through the tiny gaps and weave past the thorns with great ease. But the noble and grand elegance of the swan, with the arcing expanse of her wings, is not for such tangled and thorny corridors. This swan is not the first to have fallen victim to the lures of the bramble's crone. The old one has a collection of skulls, and those others who have thought that might and arrogant strength could overcome everything. Like the tangled, enchanted briar forest that surrounded Sleeping Beauty and tempted hundreds of brave knights to die within the thorny embrace, pure might and abusive power will not always cut the path to victory. The hummingbird flits close, calm, she urges. As the swan ceases to flail, the thorns cease to cut, and the little hummingbird gently pushes one branch aside at a time, and the swan sees the light of freedom shining through from above, distant but attainable. The Eight of Swords is a reminder not to waste energy on the trivial. It is easy to freeze up in a crisis, to feel restricted, confused, powerless, and trapped by circumstances, but there's always a way out if you take a moment to breathe and reassess. So again, you can see some of the story that goes along with the card. I just love this artwork with the hummingbird, the light here, the sense that the hummingbird is helping the swan. All right, Nine of Swords, 10, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. I love his owl perched here. And then Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I love this suit in this deck. There's lots of little horn-winged chameleons that I just think are adorable. And then also some geckos that are super cute too. They show up in a few of these cards. Two of Pentacles, just curled up there. Three of Pentacles. I love how he is supporting her. This other little lizard is on his hand. So lovely. Four of Pentacles. I love that this dragon is in their nest, this green nest, and then they have the pentacles clutched. It's the kind of fairy geckos look on. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 7, 8, so pretty. Again, there's like 3 dryads here woven into the tree. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Page. So when you first look at this card, you see, you know, the Pentacle, she's sitting up here, she's holding a light. Maybe you look down at the Owl, but you almost don't even notice that she's sitting on a rock that's wrapped, this dragon is wrapped around the rock where she is sitting. There's these faces down here in the greenery too. So much detail. Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. She's almost become, she is the tree, a part of this tree. She's holding a leaf in her hand. And the tree seems dry and withered, holding on for a bountiful spring. And then the King of Pentacles, just like the Queen, part of the tree. In his hand, he's got this acorn here. The dragon, another little chameleon. So beautiful. So there you have it, the Shadowscapes Tarot. And I mean, I cannot say enough how much I recommend this deck and how beautiful I think it is. There's just for me, a freedom that comes with this deck that I just love so, so much. This deck was like the floodgates opening for me, and really enjoying the artwork and just reading the cards. My only complaint about this deck is I wish it was larger. Like, I would put up shuffling a larger deck. You know, the borders don't bother me so much. They're silver, it kind of goes with the theme of it. But I definitely just wish the cards were larger. That's my only one negative thing to say about the deck. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the walkthrough of the Shadowscapes, and I really hope that you purchase it and enjoy it as much as I have, and love, 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 and enjoy the artwork. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.